Hello there, Cancer. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of March the 21st through the 27th. We are going to pull one card for each day and see what kind of things Spirit wants to highlight for us as we move through the week. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, and so not everything I say here is going to apply to every single Cancer who watches this. If you do want a reading that looks at your energy specifically, then all you have to do is get my contact information off of my website, reach out to me, and we'll get something scheduled for you. La da da. Also, if you don't get my newsletter already, you may want to sign up for my newsletter while I'm there too. I do predictions for every sign every week there. Those are in writing, and those are for my newsletter subscribers. So they're not the same as what shows up on the videos. All right, so let's see what we have. We're going to start with the weekend, Cancer. So our weekend cards are the Nine of Cups. Very nice, very nice. And on Sunday, we have the Ten of Wands showing up in reverse. Okay, so this Nine of Cups showing up, Cancer, is just telling me that there's something going on here that makes you feel satisfied and fulfilled on Saturday. So you're doing something that you really enjoy and that you feel like makes a difference. All right, so very cool. We love that. And then that was Saturday. And then on Sunday, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. This just says you're setting down some kind of responsibility on Sunday. You can be just setting that responsibility down temporarily, taking a break from something. It is Sunday after all. Day of rest, what is the way I was raised with that. But also, this could be about not necessarily just setting something down for a day. This can also talk about things like walking away from um, a contract, like a work contract. This can be walking away from an employment situation. I've seen this show up as walking away from a romantic partnership, I shouldn't say partnership with that Ten of Wands, but walking away from a romantic relationship, a dating relationship. Not anything too serious with the Ten of Wands. Maybe something that's at least exclusive, though. Could be walking away from something like that. In one way or another, you're putting down some responsibilities. You're no longer being accountable to someone or for someone or something. Okay? So that's what we've got for the weekend. Doing something really satisfying on Saturday, putting down responsibilities on Sunday. And like I said, that can be temporarily putting them down or long term. Now let's move into the week. We're going to look at each of these cards and then we'll talk about them. So on Monday, we have the Two of Swords. Very nice, very nice. Tuesday, Fool card coming up in reverse. Wednesday, Hermit card coming up in reverse. And Thursday, Ten of Swords, also in reverse. And Friday, Five of Wands in reverse. Now, those of you who haven't seen me before, I'm just going to tell you I don't view reversals as necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes they're yuckier than their right side up version. Sometimes the right side up version is yuckier. And so we're not going to get stressed out because we've got a lot of reversals on the table, okay? No worries. Just let's talk through these cards. So, Monday, you have the Two of Swords showing up here. This just means that on Monday, you're making some kind of decision that has more of an impact than, like this is not what are we having for dinner tonight type of decision. This is something that has an impact for a longer period of time. I don't see you having any trouble making that decision. I think you already know which way you want to go, honestly. And so I don't see that as being a big deal, but that's kind of the marker that that's when that decision's going to be made by you, by the way. Now, Tuesday. Fool card coming up in reverse. This just basically says that there's something that you began in the past that was a leap of faith. This can be a relationship, this can be a project, this can be planting seeds, this can be a lot of things, but something that you started as a leap of faith, not knowing where it was going to take you. And now on Tuesday, we see you reevaluating that, questioning whether that has served its time and it's no longer got any good juice in it or not, or does it? that type of thing. With the Fool coming up in reverse, I think you're going to be continuing on with this leap of faith after you analyze it. You may, for some of you, you may be making adjustments and tweaks about how you continue on. For others of you, you won't change a thing. You'll just continue on with this. But with this card coming up, you will be continuing on with that leap of faith. You're just really going to give it a good analysis before you make that decision. On Wednesday, we have the Hermit showing up in reverse. This just means, now this is really interesting to me. This means that you've spent some time alone to think things over and decide where you want to go from here. On Wednesday, we see you coming back out and interacting with your sphere of influence and the public with your new priorities in place. That Hermit in reverse coming back out into the world could very much have to do with this evaluation or reevaluation from that Fool card in reverse on Tuesday. Okay? So you could, when you are reevaluating this leap of faith, you could very easily have spent some time alone to do that on Tuesday. Now you're coming back out into the world again on Wednesday. La da da da. Thursday. Thursday, I feel like we're on to a different topic on Thursday. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. This talks about something from the past that was a source of tension or argument or debate that you thought was done and over is showing its head again. And so this is the time to really think about what is it going to take to finally resolve this issue so that it doesn't keep popping up. Okay? And then Friday, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse just says that there's a lot of distraction going on around you, and you are very focused on your target or goal, and you're not letting that distraction pull you off of that focus. So you're staying focused on those things that are important to you in spite of the distractions around you. And good for you on that. All right, so that's what we have for your week, Cancers. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter if you'd like to start getting predictions in writing as well. And if I don't see you here before the next video for a reading or a Reiki session, mentoring session, or whatever, then I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace.